Qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man. Timothy Bradley is taking concern with Errol Spence eye going into the Ugas fight. Let's talk about it. My whole thing about it, real quick, is that Errol Spence team is proven the first time around with the car accident that he was in great condition. They proved last time. There's a lot of rumors going around. You know, and I report on that. He may not fight for a while. He wasn't in great condition. They proved last time that they put those rumors to rest. And he was in great condition. I thought he shut out Danny Garcia. I didn't see Danny Garcia win too many rounds. So all I'm saying that all the stuff, about the eye injury, I don't obviously the concern is gonna be there. And Ugas game plan should be to target the eye. That's just the type of sport it is. It's barbaric. It's like American football. It's barbaric. I knew somebody had an ankle injury. That's why people don't like. That's why people don't like. Bill Belichick don't like. Really saying what the injury is. And they want to be very vague as possible. And if it was up to them, they won't mention it at all about injuries because players are going to target it. It's the right angle. It's the right wrist. It's this. It's that. And it's just barbaric. And a lot of people, man, can't. Some people that say watch boxing, they probably can't understand. But you watch long enough, you participate in some of these barbaric sports, and a lot of times you find out it ain't for you. Real talk. Well, I don't love it enough. Whatever the situation gonna be. And it takes a special type of person, really, really to get in to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Take a special type of person. You go somewhere else mentally, bro. You know. But and Earl know what he up against, bro. And that's just straight up and down. He know exactly what the BS in the future brings, and he knows the possibility of the eye. But like I said before, it's a question. It's a question. And if you betting or if you concerned about either fighter or you just a spectator, you a better or you YouTuber, you got a platform, you got to take it into account. I understand, but I feel that Errol Spence team is operating good in his best interest and has operated in good faith on the injury levels. If you look at some of the pictures, maybe I go over it, the eye has always looked a little bit questionable, So maybe it was just an injury that had some tissue built up, minor injuries or whatever. But give me 1 second. Maybe it's a minor injury. But only time will tell. But last time, we had concerns, and they earned my trust as a back as somebody that's predicting as a better, and somebody that just want to be right on these fights. Now I know people say he was wrong lately. I don't put the effort into the film study no more. I'm sorry. I really don't put effort into it. I put some effort into the Sean Porter and the Wild, whatever ones I done on Instagram. Just a little bit of but I just, and I know I shouldn't, be telling y'all. I just don't be putting the effort into it no more, bro. And just don't have the drive to do it because of where the sport is at. It's in the sunken place. But don't have the drive. Shout out to Chris for that one. But some maybe some fights will get me excited. Like when Lemieux and Benavidez gets me excited. People like why you so excited about that fight. I just see the style matchup. Maybe Benavidez beat him down, but the way Benavidez square up and he right in your face. Lemieux should go right for the solar plex, then to the chin. But Tim Bradley worried about Errol Spence's eye. Says it might not be the same. Well, okay, might not. So said Bradley says he got some concerns about the surgically repaired eye of Errol Spence Jr. and he feels that it might not be the same. Bradley states that once a fighter has eye surgery, his eye is never the same. Spence suffered his eye injury last summer while training for a fight in August against Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to Pacquiao. Although Spence did have injuries to repair the problem, he hasn't fought since, and there are questions about whether he can come back. Man, it is what it is, Even shout out to Chris Williams, he be having questions, but I think he be having questions about it. The article suck though. Sometimes for their opinion, but this one is solid so far. The IBFWC champion Spence case, he's got the tough fight coming up against WBA champion Yordenis Ugas in April. If his eye still gives problems, he could lose. Well, a lot of people just see Ugas as a tune-up. I keep telling y'all, man, Ugas is the perfect fighter to come back and get something like this, straight up and down. You get a big payday, right? You get a big payday, big money. I like it. You get a big payday, and he not somebody. He's somebody who's a safety first fighter. You know, I don't think he mean to be, but people don't understand what Ugas is the perfect opponent. Ugas don't go in there to inflict pain. Ugas going there to score points like an amateur. And even if the fight is close, this dude has split decision with Abel Ramos. He fights a very robbable style, and he's in the least favorite category in boxing, being the Cuban as far as the commissions and the judges. So people looking at Ugas Dur as very, very, very dangerous, or I'm looking at it as, bruh, he not the biggest puncher. He's a good puncher, but he's not a puncher. You wouldn't put him in the Gennady Golovkin class. You wouldn't put him in the Deontay Wilder class. You wouldn't put him in there with Tank. You know what I'm saying? Would you say he got as much punch power as my man's Lomachenko? I think I don't know. As far as pound for pound, I don't know. But like I said, he's the perfect opponent to come back against. And I'm not saying that because I don't like Ugas. I'm keeping my opinion fair straight on the line. Look at the fights with Abel Ramos. Look at the fight with Omar Figueroa. He had a dead man in front of him in Figueroa and couldn't finish the job. So even if I'm injured, I probably, a lot of people don't know Errol Spence can switch hit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that you can figure it out. He a fan favorite. He's a very popular fighter. He's a popular demand. He can eke out a decision versus Ugas and won't a nigga bat an eye. It won't be like he robbed Terrence Crawford. He robbed somebody that's beloved. He robbed Gervonta Davis. He robbed somebody like Jose Ramirez or whatever. It's Ugas, and nobody gonna bat an eye about it. It's gonna be some hardcore fans that's always gonna bring it up and attach it to Errol Spence name. But Earl got popular to Pete. But Spence overwhelms counter punches. Errol Spence and Ugas are in a collision. Of course, March and April. Sam Max Kellerman on Maximum Boxing. Ugas, of course, beat Manny Pacquiao. He's good, and a lot of people thought he beat Sean Porter and didn't get the decision. But since Spence is the next level super fighter, how do you see this one? He said, quote, yeah, he is a next level, a super type of fighter. I believe that. But I still think he's running from Terrence Crawford, to be honest with you, said Timothy Bradley. He says, I see this fight? It's a tough fight, but an easier fight than Terrence Crawford. He gonna throw that in there. That's his boy. He discovered him. Yordenis Ugas, he's a waiter. He's a counter puncher. We've seen Errol in the ring against counter punchers. Danny was a counter puncher. Mikey was a counter puncher. We've seen what Spence can do versus those type of guys. He can orchestrate his jab from the outside. He can dominate from the outside. He can come around the guard of these guys. He can dictate the pace. That's what he's going to do against Ugas, said Bradley. So yeah, I mean, yeah. But the thing about those counter punchers that I would counter with Tim Bradley is that they don't pressure like or Dennis Ugas. Or Dennis Ugas is a pressure fighter. Or Dennis Ugas also got better foot movement than those fighters, and he got a better upper body, torso, and up movement. So Ugas will slip. Ugas will slip and shoot. Ugas is, I think, Ugas pound for pound. Other than Mikey Garcia is a better punch, but he get better leverage than Mikey Garcia. He'll get his shots off. And the thing about him is he's gonna press Spence. And Danny Garcia can't press Spence like Ugas. Danny Garcia kept getting, Spence length became a problem, even though him and Ugas got similar length and height. The difference is Ugas is gonna come forward. That's the problem. Ugas is going to try to back Spence up. That's what's gonna happen. Ugas jab, Ugas ability. He's a defensive counter puncher. So you get Ugas in there, and you get Danny in there, and Danny's like this. The Danny thing is, he want to get in there, and Danny gonna catch and return. Danny gonna do this. You throw a punch, and Danny's gonna time you, and Danny might catch it. Danny might go high, but Danny want to get your timing down pat, and then Danny might come over the top. Danny might catch and shoot or catch and shoot. That's Danny. You know what I'm saying? Mikey the same way. Mikey just gonna do this. He gonna do that. So Mikey gonna do. He gonna boom, boom. He gonna just stand in front of you. Mikey gonna back you up. Mikey, it's his posture. He gonna do this and he gonna boom, boom. He might throw a left hook. He might throw a right hook. But that's him. But Dennis Ugas is a fighter like this. Wide frame, stronger than both physically. And the thing about Ugas is Ugas gonna, I think he a left-hander, right? And so many great Cuban southpaws. Ugas is gonna do this. He gonna fight with a rhythm. Them niggas don't really fight with a rhythm like that Afrocentric Caribbean rhythm. He gonna fight with a rhythm. What he gonna do is he gonna slip. He got good ability. He gonna slip. Sometimes he might slip, you know, and he might, miss an opportunity. One thing about he slip, he gonna throw. He gonna be here. He gonna throw. He gonna hopefully. Oh, there we go. Hopefully you. Come on. All right, we should be good. Hold on. Hold on. Make sure I'm good. I hate that. Knock the audio out. There we go. I'm sorry. If I was, I'm gonna double check and see how long I was out. If I was out long, I'll redo it. But that's what uh that's what Ugas type of fighter. Ugas is gonna probably with a rhythm. He gonna be on the front foot. He gonna be in your face, and he gonna go here. He gonna go here. He gonna go here. He gonna go. That's what Ugas is. Ugas is more. He's more slick, and he's also make sure the mic good. He's more slick, and he's also and once again, sorry for the mic going out. He more slick, and he fight with a rhythm. That's different than Danny Garcia. Danny don't fight with a rhythm. Danny just looked to sit and catch. Ugas is different. He's slippery. He's a slippery kind of puncher with athleticism and really good amateur pedigree, which all his guys have. So that's to be my only counter to Timothy Bradley. He said Ugas can't be patient and wait. Quote, I think Spence will come on top, but I think it's a challenging fight for him. In that sense, stylistically, I think his style favors against Ugas. Bradley said. Hold on, I'll skip the whole thing. My bad. So we just finished with this. He said he says Ugas can't be patient and wait. He said you bring up a good point about counter punchers, but it brings up another good point about how good Spence is if he's still his best. Hammer said if you try to be patient and counter, he has a high work rate. He said if we've seen him dominate boxers by boxing them on some defense and southpaw. We've seen him hunt guys down. So he's a good boxer skills. He's a southpaw. He's longy rangy. He has fast twitch fibers, hands and feet. He's he has real punching power, and he doesn't wait. He has a high output. He also has a good chin. Kellerman said about Spence a whole lot of, but yes, but Terrence Crawford is the best matchup. Okay, we don't care about Crawford. I'm done with that. But 1 second. Excuse me, I sneeze. So yeah, I mean, as far as that, man, like I said before, he's fighting a typical type of counterpuncher, guys that's not as slick, that's their head is on the line and don't move their head off the line. We really, one time we seen him fight somebody to get his head off the line, like Sean Porter. He had issues finding the target, and his jab got taken away. So that's something that you guys got, that's got taken into consent too. He fighting guys, it's kind of puncher who head on the line. Whatever Ugas do is people gonna bring up the eye. That's messed up. And people brought up Pacquiao age like me. That's messed up, but it's gonna be there. But win. Forget that. Still win. But yeah, that's the difference. Ugas get his head off the line. Ugas is slick, and Ugas is willing to go all the way past that fence. Once he put that stick on Mikey Garcia, that 1-2 and all that on Mikey, even though Mikey was still coming, Mikey never did nothing else. Mikey's not a guy that's gonna slip, bend his knee, slip, get on there and take a chance. He not that type of fighter. If you watch even versus Sandor Martin, he not really a guy to take a lot of chances. He's a counter puncher that's very selective with his shots. You look at Danny Garcia the same way. He like to catch and shoot. He like to come over the cop. And Errol Spence had too much length for that to happen. He wasn't gonna slip and get in there and get inside Errol's stick and make a move. Earl gonna have an issue finding Ugas' head, bro. I'm telling you that. He gonna have to find an issue finding the mark. And that's why he probably should aim for the chest. But that's gonna have an issue. And Ugas is physically bigger and stronger than, but Bradley is worried about Spence's eye. He said, my only concern in this fight is the eye of Spence. Bradley said about Spence Spurs prepared to red and quote, you got to understand, you can have no hands, you can have no feet. You got to have eyes to be able to see inside the ring. And when one of your lenses is messed up, you got to understand it tells your brain what you're seeing. Your eyes are telling your brain what you are seeing. He said, continue quote. So I think Spence, he said, I think with Spence, I'm worried about his eye. It's not going to be 100%, said Bradley. But quote, once you get surgery on that, on something, it's never the same. It's different. I'm going, quote, going into this fight, I'm worried about the coordination and how he's feeling and how he's seeing. All those things are affected by his vision. So I think it's going to be a good fight, Bradley said. So my thing is this, man. He got coaches. He got a father that's kind of hanging around. He got some homeboys that's there. Last time they did a terrific job on monitoring his status, and he was good. So they throw him in the ring. The commission put him in the ring. He good. Now, we seen some people, you know what I'm saying? We seen some people get in there and they passed the commission test. Remember the cat that that Charlo fought Howard Sebastian Highland and his leg. So people, the commission not always 100%, and money probably be exchanged allegedly, and that's how it go. But like I said before, I trust this team because I seen what they did last time. They have a track record, and it's kind of like Anthony Joshua. He win this, man. People gonna trust Joshua's decision making, his team's decision making, if he continue to keep winning rematches. Or you win another rematch. You don't want to keep winning rematches unless you want to win this side. First fight. So we'll see. But yeah, like Bradley saying, it's always concerned when you're talking about an eye, a broken leg, a broken orbital bone. People say he was going for broken orbital bone. That's the type of sport we in. It's barbaric. If I see my opponent on football got a messed up leg, we going forward. I'm sorry. After the game, we could be compadres. We could roll. But it's just what it is, man. When you participate in things like this and events and sports like this, mentally, me personally, I can't be the same person that I am when I'm chilling with the family. You gotta turn the beast mode on. It's like going in the grind mode for the winter season. So it is what it is. Shout out to Welterweight Boxing News playlist. Let me know what you girls and guys think. The thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button, the bell icon button, all my notifications in the description. Hit all notifications, Christian notifications, go live or drop a video. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. All that's in the description. Best way to donate, comment, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have business question, inquiry, response, video requests, all my links in the description.